What's up guys, it's Zach. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering the Kronos, which is one of 4 Marauders, which we're going to be covering on the channel. Absolutely insane amounts of damage. And just quickly before we dive in, if anyone doesn't know, CCP actually rebalanced the Marauders recently. So the Bastion module now gives you a 50% rate of fire bonus, and that is absolutely insane. Like completely insane. The Macarial's dead to me now. Like, why do we need to use that anymore? Does like no DPS compared to these things. And yeah, it's like straight off the bat, this thing does 5,300 DPS, guys. Like with the stuff I've got on it and the pod and things, it's absolutely insane. Like whoever thought this was a good idea at CCP, wow, holy shit! Like just throw that balance book out the window. A couple of things just to go over though. Over the years of doing like EVE Online video stuff, like the Kronos and like the mega hulls and everything have been like dear to my heart, featured on the channel quite a lot. So back in the day, I think it was 2012 or something, it could have been 2014, the Bastion module was released on TQ, right? So gives you like boost to range and like tank bonus and everything. So the first thing I did was grab a Kronos, put a shield fit on it, and put some blasters on it with a Microwarpdrive, and we smashed through some missions. You know, the video did quite well, everyone seemed to like it. A couple of years later we came back and actually revised the fit, made it a little bit stronger, and then a couple of years later again, then we put the Polarized guns on it with a shield fit. So every couple of years we've just been building up, and I think now it's pretty close to being in its final form, although I'm still one skill away from perfecting the damage. So large blaster spec, or large hybrid turret, I think is only, the spec's only at 4, so we're missing 2% off the damage. So I've used one of the pyro lancer things just to get up a little bit more damage on it. So it takes like 5,300 DPS, guys. Like is it too much? Is it too much DPS? I mean, let's talk about it, and we'll have a look at the fit at the same time. So this is what we're rocking. We'll have a look at this, and then we'll take a look at the fit on the screen, talk about the numbers, right? So yeah, it's absolutely insane. Just like usual, we've stuck with the polarized neutrons just for the maximum amount of damage. And if I wasn't using them, I'd probably use the faction guns as well, because they can use the T2 ammo, so you can get a bit more damage out of them. Bastion module, obviously we're a Marauder, so we need that. And we've got the PvE stuff in the top just for sure. I haven't been really using it. So tractor beams and a salvager, handy for grabbing loot, I suppose, and also getting the shiny wrecks like salvage and stuff for the T2 components and whatnot, or whatever you get from them. Mid slot's pretty cookie cutter for me, pretty much. So we've got a Gistex type extra large shield booster. So it's a decent amount of rep, but it also gives you like activation costs of not far off a large shield booster. So it keeps you like super cap stable when you're running these big ships quite a lot. We've got the Gistex type 500mm Microwarpdrive. So it's cheaper than the Core X one, which gives the same like bonuses pretty much. But the big thing with the faction Microwarpdrives, and I think is a must, especially on battleships, because it scales with the capacitor, the 0 cap nerf you get from it. So there's no capacity penalty, sorry. No, that's a mouthful. So definitely worth the few hundred mil for that. And you, like I say, it's just an investment. You can sell it straight after. These are very sought after. A lot of pew-pewers use them, you know, in the shiny ships. Republic Fleet large cap battery, I think that's a given, right? Or the Thucker one, depending on what you want to spend. But I think if you're spending like all this, you want to go like balls out, right? And I did look for a Abyssal one of these, but they were just, man, they were like 6-7 bill and stuff, and there was no way. I've already spent like 8 bill on the shipping pod like up to now, so there's no way I was spending like more money. And the last slot is a bit of a flex slot though, guys. You can use whatever you feel comfortable with. You can go with another cap battery if you're not running like cap in your pod or whatnot. Or I've been using the shield boost amp quite a lot just for the extra like tank safety because of the polarized neutrons. So depends what you want. Yeah, there's like 3 options. So cap, MJD, or the amp and stuff. Or you could even put a tracking computer in there. But we've got pretty good tracking with these TEs and everything. So the RF tracking enhancer is pretty standard for battleship size stuff. Always use 3 if I can. And this one I went a little bit more than what I usually would. So it's normally RF mag stabs, which are like 95mm each. But while we're building this fit on stream, I decided to just like set a budget for 250mm each and get some abyssal mag stabs. So pretty much the same as the RFs, but we do like a couple of percent more on each one, a couple of percent more damage. Well, like a percent rate of fire and a percent of like damage mod and stuff like that. So yeah, that's like a bill right there. So pretty expensive, but like I say, going pretty much all out-ish as we could afford. I mean, we could have abyssaled the whole lot if I had like 100 bill or something. It would have been nice just to see. And we've got cap in the rigs, the control circuit 2s, just the usual stuff. Void, all that sort of stuff in the hull there. So that's the fit, we'll leave that there. Just like that, and then we can have a look at some numbers here. So with the void, let's chuck that in first. So it's only showing 5285, but when I undock with the drugs and everything, that's like over 5,300. Insane amounts of damage, guys. Like, honestly, I mean, we'll go over the summary at the end of like how I felt about flying this ship, but I mean, it was fun. And I love like flying massive battleships where like just insane amounts of damage. I mean, the last Polarized one we did of this, just to compare, with like all out, like I had the top skills then on me other account, on me zaqq account, and we're doing 2,110 DPS, and that was like Polarized, the best pod, all the skills maxed, and this just literally pisses on it. I mean, if we switched off all of these, we're still doing like nearly 2,800. That's how like ridiculous it is. So imagine like taking these things in PvP now. You don't need any mag stabs. You just literally tank all the tank ever. So yeah, pretty good. Very fun. We've got 20k like with a Bastion mod on, of course. We've got 20k, well 21k fall off at the top end, but you can still hit up to like 30 decently. And you got to remember the DPS graph curves down like way after the 21, like just takes a nosedive. But because we're doing so much damage, we're still doing like lots of damage at like more range. For example, I'll overlay some video here. I was rocking the null, which I've been using for the most part on this ship, which is sad because we only get 3,331, like only. And like the fall off with this is 52, but I nearly one-tapped a frigate at 85 kilometers with the null, so that just shows the DPS graph. I need to actually look at that on Python or EFT or whatever it is, just to see how much damage you're doing at like 100 clicks or whatnot. Because it would still be decent, right? Just the damage is insane, guys. So general thoughts then about flying the ship. I'll overlay some random mission shit as we just summarize like my feelings about flying it. Like I've got all the experience in the world like doing level 4s with this, and really, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but the DPS is too much. Like, all of this DPS here, guys, right? So let's have a look. Especially for where the battleships spawn right in you, like Save the Damsel or whatnot, which it was on. You like literally one-shot the battleships into structure, into like almost dead, like nearly dead in one shot. So all of that damage is like on the next shot's wasted, right? And even though that's fucking awesome to like two-shot battleships, like when you sit down and think about it, it's just a massive waste. The only way to get round not wasting DPS in this thing is to split all the guns. And really you'd have to be like an ultra super tryhard to like be splitting all your guns like for that. I mean, the rate of fire is so substantial, right? I mean, does it tell you the rate of fire there? Let's have a look. It's so like fast now. It's not even worth splitting your guns really, because by the time you've split them and then shot again, you could have like shot 10 fucking shots or whatnot. So attributes rate of fire there, 1.57 seconds, guys. I mean, that's with the Polarized. Obviously, you shoot a little bit quicker. But the base value is like 6.3 seconds. Like 1.57 seconds, guys. Just, I mean, that's got to sink in a little bit. It's absolutely nuts. Like 1.57 seconds. Absolutely crazy. So yeah. But yeah, the general feeling, obviously, because you're pretty limited with the range of the Void as well, or the antimatter. Let's see. I never actually used the antimatter, to be fair. So we got 32 with the antimatter. It is a little bit shorter with the Polarized, obviously, like shorter range for more damage, like trade-off. But like 32 is still actually decent, and we're getting like over 4k damage. So if I'd known that at the time, I probably would have been using that. But for the most part, I was using the null. And even though it's still like an absurd amount of DPS, when you compare it to the Void, you think, oh well, shit, we're not really doing much damage here. But then you start like Alpha and battleships. So yeah, 3k DPS. It's just I think compared to the Paladin now, I think the Paladin's actually going to be one of the best ones to try, because you can just sit in one place and kill everything, right? And the Vargar as well. I think, like, rest in peace the Machariel, though, like the king of all PvE ships is now dead, of course. The Vargar, I think we're going to like do some weird nano fit with it. And try and make it like as good as the Machariel if we can, like with like 3 times the damage. But yeah, like overall, like what a fun ship. Would I fly it over the other ones? Probably not, I would say. Like I say, it looks good. It looks really good on paper, and you can like throw your big dick around saying, oh, look at this, I've made like a 5,300 DPS ship. But really, in the grand scheme of things, you're not going to be doing anywhere near that damage as you run through the missions and stuff. So I think in nullsec, if you were sitting in like a rally point or something where everything spawns like on you, and you had someone like remote Zebo on you, so you could like insta-lock all the rats, probably be worth then, because you could just like pop them. But for the most general use of the Marauders, I would say, which is level 4s, fun while it lasts, but there you go. One more thing to cover, guys, which I totally forgot, which is the pod. Pretty standard again from me. We've got CA 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely amazing. If you don't have these implants, like, what are you doing with your life? So good for PvE stuff. Because we're shield fit, we went for a low grade crystal. I know it's only 1, but we still get like a 5% bonus, and it's pretty cheap. And then again, we went all out on the implants, so we've got a 6% cap times 2, so it's like cap capacity and cap recharge. I'm not sure which way around. Went for Ogden's eye coordinator enhancer, which is tracking speed bonus 6%, very expensive. And the 2 big ones was, I think, because these are going to last through the other, well, the other turret ones at least. So surgical strike, damage multiplier 6%, and we'll come back to that in 1 second as well. And of course, like the large hybrid turret, 1006, just for the like the 6% damage modifier. I was chatting to a guy in the stream as well, actually building this, and he said he wasn't sure if he should use the rate of fire one or the damage multiplier one. And I thought, well, we'll just try the damage multiplier one. But he got us thinking, and we did actually change it on the EFT. And the rate of fire one actually does gives you a little bit more damage. So we're probably going to switch that for the next one, I think, just to go like ultra tryhard, right? But yeah, it's just absolutely insane, and I'm still missing 1 skill for an extra like bit of damage on this. I know the fitting window doesn't show like the pyro I've got in just to make up for the damage loss, but it's just absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Hope you enjoyed the Kronos vid. Awesome skin as well. I really wanted the pink and blue one, but damn son, I'd spent all my ISK on the modules and everything for this. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think. Have you been using the Kronos yourself, like for anything else other than like level 4s or doing a bit PvP or whatnot? Link is your fits, guys, in zaqq's pub. Or shoot as a mail. You can. I'm still using like my old zaqq account as well, pretty on and off. So if you want to send us a mail there, feel free, or just jump into me pub chat, which is obviously just zaqq's pub, and we'll have a chat about some Marauders, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go and sell this now, or give it to one of my friends to play with, and buy the Vargar. Definitely the Vargar next, because I want to keep the Paladin for when I can do some wormhole stuff with it, just to show how crazy strong that is in the C4s and 5s again. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.